And 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the Cosplay Podcast, episode 27. This feels really, really weird. I'm actually doing a podcast without my two cohorts, but Christian and Sophie. This is like proper weird, but that's okay. Coming again from last week, we got Maria again, or Elises Closet. How you doing?
Yeah. Hello. Hi.
And returning this time, and not as a stand-in, we have Terry J. Tomkins, who I have to admit, I did actually feel bad. It's like every time I invited you onto my podcast, it was, oh crap, we need a fourth person. No, this time.
Set of last resort.
But this time, you are not the last resort. Your opinion is definitely needed, and we've got a new guest. Yeah, I'm definitely on fire this week. We've got That Gear Girls, but for the benefit of the whole show, I'm just going to call her Rhea, because that's going to get kind of confusing. How you doing, Rhea?
I'm pretty good, thanks.
Ah, cool. And anyone new to the show, yes, sometimes the cameras, they work, sometimes they don't work, because my computer is dying. This 5-year-old Alienware, yeah. I don't know what that says about Alienware, the brand, or whether or not I probably should update and stuff. But anyway, let's get the show on the road. Originally, this was going to be a focused episode, because in the subtitles we're going to talk about older cosplayers, but I had to get this news item in, and because it was just too good to miss, so this is why it's a regular podcast, and because originally I was just going to focus it, I was going to call this Cosplay Focus or some new name. So nope, this is just a regular episode, and the first bit of we're going to talk about is Denver Comic Con. They had this rather interesting dress code, which initially, they showed this poster, and I thought that looked all right to me, a little bit draconian, but it was just a guideline. But then they actually posted they'd actually posted a full-on definition, and let me just read it out. This is quite no, it is proper draconian as fuck. So right, let me just grab it. Much editing later, but anyway, so here are their guidelines, which I think ironically they took down because there was a bit of a tiny backline. Regardless of gender identifications, we require all attendees, exhibitors, and guests to wear sports bra-like coverage on tops with leotard-type coverage on bottoms, i.e., no butt cheeks, no thongs, and no plumber's bottoms, no bare chest, no singlets, no vampirella-type costume. That's a bit horrid, actually, specifically naming a character. Bloody hell. A costume must provide this level of coverage at all times, including standing, sitting, moving, or posting. Coverage material must be thick, sturdy, constructed with proper undergarments. Type of coverage that are prohibited include, but not limited to, sheen materials, very thin materials, tape, pasties, body paint, liquid latex, and prosthetics. Proper coverage must be held to the body by modern adhesives. Examples of adhesives included but are not limited to tape, prosthetic glue, medical glue, theatre glue, fashion glue. Bloody hell. They may be used to assist in wearing the costume, but cannot be only method for keeping a costume on. The illusion of nudity is still nudity. If flesh-colored garments are not easily identified from 10 feet away as garments, they are prohibited. Please wear protective footwear at all times. This means some sort of hard soles. Flip-flop shoes, a unitard, or stocking feet are prohibited. Ah! Now, the thing is, initially I thought that was, they posted this little picture, which I'm going to post up on the screen right now, slap, and I thought, okay, fair enough, but then when they posted this and they specifically named out characters, I thought, yeah, that just seems a tad bit Victorian, isn't it? Now, I'm assuming, of course, because I was doing some research. This Denver Comic Con, it's not a small con. It's like 100K. That's pretty big considering something like London Comic Con. I'm sorry, MCM London is like 130Ks, and to be honest, you can't really tell the difference at 100Ks and 130Ks. But Terry, as an actual as an actual proper parent, what do you think about those rules? Then are you worried that exposing your little ones to such nudity and filth is corrupting of some sorts?
See, I'm on the fence because it's only adults that see it as sexual. to a child, it's just a person. They don't look at it as a naked person or a sexualized character. But on the same hand, I don't particularly want them to be seeing somebody strutting around with their arse hanging out. You know, I think that's more my personal preference, me not wanting them around that. But for them, they're probably not bothered. So I'm trying to... But again, them rules, to me, are ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
You know, like the flesh-coloured clothing. Well, if it's flesh-coloured, they're actually covered. What's the problem?
Again, that's good, because I'm on the fence too, because yeah, I don't really want our society to bloody turn into the Handmaiden's Tale. No, let's not actually go there. But at the same time, I respect the fact that some people are not comfortable with nudity. You know, it probably makes them uncomfortable, and you know, to each their own. You know, you can't, you don't really want to make people uncomfortable, especially in a family environment. And you know, some parents do indeed have a parent. You know, you personally don't, though. Because you know a lot of... Yeah, I think you actually do know a cosplayer that actually does indeed actually cosplay as Vampirella.
I know a few.
Yeah, there you go.
But, yeah. I mean, like I said, my kids are relatively new now to the cosplay scene. This is their first convention, really, that they're going to be there for both days. And luckily, the Manchester one's a pretty small convention. And hopefully we can be focusing more on what we're doing than what everyone else is doing. And yeah, I mean, luckily nothing's ever been that bad in my experience of all the conventions I've been to.
Yeah,
for Denver to have these rules, something must have happened where they thought, right, we have to set these guidelines. Again, probably a bit too strict, but something must have happened for them to think this year we're going to have these guidelines because we don't want such and such happening again. Yeah,
there's been a spate of, well, I wouldn't say spates, but there have been, dare I say it, some really, really questionable cosplays. I think the one that springs to mind was that infamous one. I don't know if anyone's seen it, the Daenerys one, where a woman was just basically naked, where she basically had nipple-shaped pasties, and she was wearing stripper heels, and she literally had she literally had like a toy dragon barely covering her minge.
That sounds more like a session of exhibitionism than it does actually wanting to cosplay, though, to be fair. That's how much can I get away with without getting arrested, almost, because that doesn't... I'm sure if you like Game of Thrones, and you could probably cite the very scene it comes from, but it still sounds like, how much can I get away with before someone feels really uncomfortable?
Okay.
And you got to think to yourself, was there really a need for that?
Well, she's got some fantastic costumes, why not just wear those?
Exactly. I mean, if you're going to do something, you know, going naked, you could just be anyone going naked. I'm myself, I call myself naked. Or I'm Lady Godiva, I just lost my horse. You know. But if something like that had happened, then I can understand why these rules have been introduced. Like, that's not really acceptable, so we're going to clamp down on it. But I think, again, the reason I'm on the fence was the whole issue of the breastfeeding thing in public, and the big debate on that. And then you go, I think, well, at what point do you say that it? Because obviously breastfeeding is nothing sexual about that at all, ever.
No,
you know?
it's performing.
So I don't understand.
Yeah.
And then you got to think, well, if that's not sexual, then surely somebody being like topless at a convention, is that sexual? You know, it's this fine line of...
It's more to do with the context, though. I mean, if you're breastfeeding, you are doing a very natural act for someone. You're providing nourishment for a child. You're doing something that isn't actually, I suppose, considered a taboo thing to do, not by today's standards anyway. But if you consider what you're wearing, I don't know if you ever saw it, but there was a guy around Comic-Con, again in London, and we always end up back with these examples, but he was effectively wearing what I can only describe as a strap-on and a ball gag. That's not a cosplay, that's fetish wear, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he was walking around with that all day. And there are children that can say, what's he wearing? And you're like, whoa, yeah, that was London. He was mentioned a few times, and he walked past me, and I was like,
which con was that?
Different.
Which con was that?
That was
I never
London,
saw.
and I think that's where, that was about 3 or 4 years ago, and I think that's where they started to bring that dress code thing in, and I think it's because a few people ruin the example for everyone else. And they have to start going down the harsh line of what's the worst case scenario, and assuming that someone will try it, I guess.
LSCC, you say? Or was it MCM, you said? Sorry.
No, that was MCM. I've only been to LSCC.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see him there.
So okay.
It was really quite uncomfortable to walk past and hear another child in that walkway going, oh, what's that? Like,
yeah.
Because it looks like an anime, or it was uncomfortable to hear.
that is an eyebrow. That's an eyebrow raised, Marie. I saw that. That's
yeah.
Okay, I was about to say.
I've seen weirder things. I mean, I used to go into like those kind of clubs when I was younger.
Yeah, but that's a nightclub. But
different things, and they were designed for that environment. That's the thing, I think.
Well, that's the difference, is when you're going somewhere that deliberately caters for that, and then when you go to something that's meant to be, like you said, family orientated. It's about fandoms in the sense of films, TV, comics, books, not just whatever floats your boat. There's a line that you don't cross, and something like that definitely crosses that line.
Okay, because I was about to say.
I wouldn't want my kids around that.
All right. Okay, that's eye-opening. That because I was about to say in my experience, I guess. Damn, I'm really sheltered. I've never seen that. I was about to say, in my general experience, the cons I've been, we've self-regulated ourselves relatively decently. But then I hear stories that apparently, in one of the conventions ran by one of my friends, that they had to introduce rules that some of the masquerade attendees had to wear pants because a woman apparently bent over and was showing more than believed. Marie, on the continent, what are the dress standards? Would you say they were comfortable or anything outrageous, out of the ordinary? Sorry.
I was trying to come up with examples of outrageous cosplays, and there's one that just came to mind, and I wish send you the picture, but it's been deleted because people have been flagging it on Facebook. There's this guy, I've seen him at FAX a couple of times now.
At FAX?
He kind of dresses up as, those Mexican wrestlers.
Luchador,
Yeah, he has a mask, but he's wearing a kind of a Borat, kind of mentally kind of thing. But he's also wearing, like, a top which is, like, skin-colored. So it doesn't look like he's naked, but there was a picture of him that was taken at FAX last month, and he was kind of standing with his legs spread apart and going in whatever position he was doing, but you could actually see one of his balls next to his bikini, really hairy ball hanging out. And I was like, okay, so obviously the picture has been flagged a few times on Facebook and it got deleted. Fair enough. It was starting to get spread around a little bit, but you think exactly what you were saying, Terry. We see it as a review gross.
Yeah.
Maybe the kid is probably going to find it gross as well, but you don't.
I'm pretty sure they will find it gross.
If he's walking around and your kid, his head is just hanging up at the height of the balls of this guy. I mean, seriously. It's twice. And he has a way of walking, he's kind of walking I know. I'm not wearing anything, almost. Huh. It's a weird... He creeps me out, and he creeps everyone out, to be honest. So, RUFC, I guess FAX should probably have a bit of rules from now on, if you ask me. But, no, I haven't seen that many, outrageous cosplays, but neither have I seen rules that would go that far as the one of Denver Comic Con. It's just, be decent, your average rule, good taste, and keep it friendly for families. That's usually also what you see in the rules for cosplay contests. There are families there, so keep it rated and keep it PG, everyone, not rated stuff on stage. So,
Okay.
Yes, but yeah, that guy, my God. I hope he'll change his costume and con because he's gonna become a target, I think.
Okay.
Now you wish you would have seen the picture, or sorry, I didn't save it.
Well, that's not the worst. That's not the actual worst, because we also had an earlier incident where we had the I don't know if that website is still up. It was called Man-Faye, where there was this very big hairy bloke that dressed up as Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop, and he actually got thrown out of a con.
I actually liked him.
Yeah, he actually.
I thought he was really funny.
Yeah, but he got thrown out of a con for pretty much the same reason, for indecent exposure, because you could actually obviously see his junk, because obviously if you're familiar with Faye Valentine, her low cut is kind of very low cut.
Yeah.
I guess kind of quite good pictures of him then, because they look quite fun, and I thought
Yeah, I know,
really
it was
cool,
funny. It was funny too. Yeah, I know, it is funny and hilarious. That, all power to you, because obviously, yeah, you're definitely going to get in a lot of. You're definitely going to get into a lot of videos and what have you. But apparently, yeah, he did actually get in for the same thing that Marie just pointed out. He got thrown out because, well, people could actually legit see his junk. So yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was a bit gross.
Yeah, I don't want to see people's giblets.
Okay,
I'm an adult, so.
But like I said, the one example I want to use is Dragon Con. This is probably a good example, because they got a great rule in that fact that during the daytime it is nice and clean, but obviously because it goes on 24 hours. There is like a watershed moment. I don't think it's 9 o'clock. I think it's like closer to midnight. Then all of a sudden, just covering up your nipples and all that. And there's even famously at Dragon Con, there's an event called Anything But Clothes, where literally people wear anything but clothes.
Right.
So that's a great balance in that. Yeah, if you're going to run a convention, maybe during daytime hours, keep it nice and clean. But whereas late at night, that's where you can really start to party, and that was pretty cool. And that was pretty cool. Brain fog. Damn it! I forgot what I was going to mention. Much editing later. Hard day at work. Hard day at work. Like that. That's the reason why I edit these. That's the reason why these shows are pre-recorded, because silly moments like that. No, let me just recompose myself. I didn't write that. Oh, never. Okay, never. Yeah, never mind. But anyway, like I said, I'm just trying to think. Have we come about here because of what I would call cosplay brinksmanship? I.e., there are people. The only way you can really stand out at a con is to do a really awesome ass costume, but sadly, that requires quite a lot of time, money, and effort. Or you could do really stupid shit, which is where I'm going to put this in. The stupid shit categories where, you could be like the Twin Towers. Yep, those people got kicked out of Dragon Con. Or Hello Kitty SS officers. I don't know, that sounded funny, but at the same time, that is kind of borderline offensive. I do believe in some parts of Europe. Is it Germany and Austria?
Probably. Yeah. It wouldn't be a good idea.
No, I think even literally doing the Hitler salute, you could actually get jailed.
Yeah, in Germany, it's illegal.
Yeah, because I think that was like
a no-go.
Yeah, because I think that's actually one of the reasons why Allo is not shown in Germany, because you've got obviously actual Nazis, and they do Nazi salutes, so they're like proper triple breaks of laws. Damn shame, because that's actually a quality TV program, and that reminds me, I'm gonna put down my list of rewatch. But I don't know, I can kind of sympathize with these people, because it's a case of I used to buy a lot of store-bought outfits, and it's fun because you're still dressing up, but it's a case of nobody really notices you, and I don't know. Again, it's my own mentality. It's not the correct mentality, but it's a case of I don't know. I don't really think it was worthwhile. But once people start noticing you, you think, I feel special in that. But the sad truth is, some people, they take it a little too far, and as you were saying, it's more exhibitionism at that point. But I could kind of see where they're coming from. It's a case of, I used to buy store-bought outfits, and I'm not... But I have a lot more fun now that, I have an outfit that stands out significantly much. But at the same time, that requires so much effort. A lot of effort and time. And, one of the outfits I'm doing right now, I'm still working on. I'll probably still be working on it until 2018. So I can kind of see where they're coming from.
I did one in under 10 minutes that went down very well.
Well, you're
from Family Guy, required no effort.
Well, you're a much smarter person than me.
It was so easy to do. One of the ones my friends did that worked out quite well, which was really easy. He just had a big sheet, and he's a big guy, and he had a plaque, and it said Titanic 0, Iceberg 1. That was it. People were stopping him all over the place, and it was just, it didn't, it wasn't expensive, but it was very funny.
Sweet, but just to. And
didn't require lots of time, lots of space, and hundreds of pounds.
Oh, sorry to cut you up. Yeah.
Kind of fun.
Okay, well there you go. With maybe some imagination and less controversy, you can indeed do a cosplay that does stand out, and there'll be no need to literally get your minge or ballsack out.
I think so, yes.
That's your own words, Danny.
And now, finally, we can get on to the main topic, which... and, Marie...
Yeah.
I believe you're the instigator of this episode, so tell us, what actually happened?
No, so anyway, long story short, there's this, I'm not going to name anyone and any website, but there's this website where you can post reviews of sewing patterns. Been a member of the site for a while, and I think they're getting interested in, let's say, cosplayers. Pattern companies, we've all noticed they're making so many patterns now, really targeting cosplayers. So it's a new phenomenon, I guess, and that they've recognized. So they had sent me a questionnaire to be part of candidate, possibly for being a member in Focus, as Focus is on Cosplayer. So there was a bunch of questions. How did I start cosplaying? Blah, blah. What do I make my own patterns? Those sort of questions, which was actually kind of fun to write. So I said at one point in there somewhere that I wore a cosplay for the first time when I was 39, which is coincidentally precisely 3 years ago today. Mm-hmm. Time hop reminded me. So, and then the email I got back a couple of days later was just to make sure, did you mean to say that you start cosplaying at 29? And I replied, no, you read it well. It is 39. But I guess it's surprising that someone could start cosplaying at 29 or 39. Is cosplay, is there an age? Is there a limit? Best before date? When are you too old or when are you too young? So I guess it's parked... I had posted on my personal Facebook page, my profile, like, look what I just got, and then he's like, that's a good idea for a cosplay topic on the podcast. Yeah. So, when are you too old? I'm 32. I'm 42. So yeah, getting old.
This is. Sorry.
Yeah, people, and the same went for you as well. The people telling us, you look so young. Yeah, okay, but my body is still 42, believe me. After a full day of cosplaying, walking down the floor in a con, I'm tired. I definitely feel it. I'm 42. I'm not 20 anymore. It's just like the body at one point has a quicker limit that is achieved than when you're younger. I don't know about you all, but...
Actually, yeah. You reminded me, with that Dragon Con. Yeah, I was going to party hard and then I was realised, I kind of feel bloody tired. Admittedly, it's like 2 in the morning and I'm thinking, maybe 10 years ago I probably would have partied till like 4. Yeah, 2 in the morning I think I've had enough.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, when are you too old to cosplay?
Yeah,
I have no idea. I'll stop when I'll stop when I will not be interested anymore. Might not be cosplaying 20-year-old characters anymore, but that's that would be my own choice, and cosplay.
I think that's the first question. What is actually considered old? Now, Ria, I don't know if It was you, wasn't it? When you took you took my picture of me in 2015 at MCM London. Was it for cosplay? Was it for Cosplay Ever After? I think.
Cosplay Without Bias.
Yeah, Cosplay Without Bias.
Okay.
I think you infamously said I was actually probably a little too young because your categories was yeah, which I thought was hilarious. Because apparently your requirements then were people much older. I think at that time 35, and I'm thinking, blimey, I'm too young.
That may have sounded worse than it was. We were looking for a vast demographic of everyone within the place, you know, like the convention. And I was finding it very easy to get young cosplayers. So I had a multitude of what you could consider sort of anime characters, little gaming characters, more Pokemon onesies than I possibly required. But we were taking a lot of pictures, and I was finding it so difficult to find older cosplayers that looked comfortable when you were asking them for pictures.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's almost like when you're younger, you're like, yay, everyone take a picture. Oh, it's so cool. And then I think as you get older, maybe we get more cynical, but you start going, what's it for?
Really?
Where is it going? And I will get questions like, what page is it on? And I think that was when I kind of started to realise people get a bit more worried about the motivation of their picture being taken, which I found very odd.
It is.
That's very odd.
I had one of those fat shame websites, to which I just laughed and went, "You are welcome, mate, but it's £75 a day to host my picture," and they took it down the next day. So, that's their issue. That's their issue, not mine, to be honest. And as you know, Danny, if they'd have seen me when I first started out, I was twice this size, so I was fat, and I'm quite happy that people that I was, but that was none of their concern, and certainly no reason to shame people. But I think with age, weight, or anything like that, people seem to suddenly start being a little bit more worried about what the image is used for. And I think maybe because we're a bit more cynical as we get older, that there are websites out there or places out there where targeted. Let's be honest, Daily Mail's a beautiful example. You don't know.
Oh yes, we've talked about them on our show. Yeah, sorry to cut you off. Yeah, this is going to happen a lot, people, because this is Skype. There's 4 people talking over each other, so yeah. But I'm going to obviously try and not talk over everyone. But yeah, the Daily Mail. Yeah, we've talked about a lot on our show. They're scumbags. You know, it's kind of what you would expect for a newspaper that famously once said Hitler was a great person. So it's great to know that they carry on the tradition of being a good rag.
But can you imagine if you're, say, 50 and you're next to a young girl and then someone from, say, that rag comes up to you and says, "Can I have your picture?" My instinct might be, personally, this would be me, "No, you're not having my picture," because it's going to turn up as, "Oh, this old cow thought it was really funny to have her picture taken looking like a fat Pokemon or a fat this." And I know that if there are certain people that get hold of it, it's not going to be about me having fun or enjoying time with my friends or community. It's going to be a load of people on the internet shaming me without any context whatsoever. So I kind of understand it, but I don't think that actually very age. But I think with age, you start to question it a little bit more. And that's what I noticed about as we get older, maybe we get wiser to those things. But I still don't think it should put an age on it.
Okay, that's a massive revelation to me, because again, I hate to use the Dragon Con as an example, because the age range in Dragon Con, there were far more older people there, and none of them were as you described, saying, "Oh, what picture you use for?" They were like, "Yeah, man," and dare I say it, the Americans are far more gunned out. You know, people will stay in character. They'll do poses far more dramatically than anybody else in the UK. Even if it's a store-bought outfit, they will just be, "No, I am Batman. I don't care if this outfit doesn't make me, isn't all that. I am still Batman." And it was like, wow. So I don't know. That's a bit of a revelation. You telling me that?
I don't know if it's the same for everyone. It was just an observation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
See, for me, because I'm the youngest in this chat at the moment, and I started cosplaying 3 years ago.
Wow, that's weird because Maurice only started cosplaying 3 years ago, and I started cosplaying about 4 years ago. So I don't know what was special about 2012/13. Weird.
Yeah.
I won't delve into what caused me to get into cosplay, but
Skyrim.
Yeah. Well, that was partly the reason.
It
wasn't the main reason.
Okay, gotcha.
But as for the age thing, I noticed that about all the friends that I've made through cosplaying, I am definitely one of the oldest in my circle of friends. Everyone else seems to be either like mid-20s is the oldest, and then down to like teenagers. You know, Danny's one of the exceptions. The old fart.
Yeah.
And but now I've got to get my kids involved in it. I could carry on comfortably until they say, right, Dad, I don't want to do this anymore. And then if they decide they don't do it anymore, then maybe I'll pack it in as well. Because I kind of lose the interest. I mean, I've lost interest in it already. You know, because of all the drama and just all the stress. I say stress. It's just constant barrage of just people moaning. And I was saying, you've got nothing to moan about. Trust me, when you get to our age, then you've got something to moan about.
Well,
but as Danny knows, I'm working on my kids' armour at the moment. I've got 3 kids, and I'm building their first set of armour. And that's stressing me out because I've never built anything for anyone else. Even though they're my kids, it doesn't make it any easier because they have a habit of growing.
Oh dear, yes.
So much work, and you have to make a new one so quickly afterwards.
I'll just chop the feet off. It'd be easier.
Okay.
But I think as long as they're cosplaying, I'll carry on till they basically say they don't want to do it anymore.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, everybody gets burnt out. I mean, you know, sadly, like any hobby, there's an attrition rate. You know, some people don't do it a couple of years and they say, yeah, I'm out. That's, fair enough. Me, it's like, look, I don't know. I'm going to carry on because I've discovered this amazing thing. If I don't like my cons, I can go to other ones. It's like, no, literally, I would have given up Comic-Con until I discovered Dragon Con, and then it's like, oh my god, this is godlike. And then there were like new things like I never discovered I really enjoyed doing, which was acting like a monkey, because it's like, like my son Wukong. I've only recently discovered I really, really like spinning a stick around. I would have never discovered it unless somebody randomly dropped the suggestion, yeah, you should do some Wukong, and I thought, well, you know what, I probably should do this guy. So I don't know. I'm for the duration. I'm still gonna stick with this hobby. I may cut down on the number of conventions, but in reality, you don't really need to go to every because I think in 2014, I think maybe we just burnt out on them because I think in 2014 I went to like about 14 different events. I think realistically, most human beings, they can get by with just one event. I think one event would just be fine.
Well, that's what I'm doing this year. I'm only going to Manchester. I'm down to one event a year now because firstly I can't afford it, and now they've got the kids involved. We're limited on where we could travel to. Even if I drove, driving all the way down to London for an event there, it's just not worth it. It's just for a weekend.
Yes.
And same with going to Birmingham. Even though I'm originally from there, and I could stay at my mum's, it's still the trek. It's easier when it's on my doorstep. If we're tired, we can just go home. Or next day, if we don't want to go, fine, we don't go. But I think, I'm going to knock it down on the head as well, just down to maybe one a year.
Yeah,
and then in
healthy.
The future, maybe go abroad, There's plenty of cons in mainland Europe.
Oh, yep, traveling is good. You make new friends, and dare I say it, because of that is what made me enjoy Dragon Con more, because it's like hitting a reset button. It's like discovering why you enjoyed cons to begin with, and it's like discovery. Because I think there's just so many times you can endure the bullshit that is a Showmasters event or an MCM event, and you just realize, Yeah, why am I coming to submit? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, if you want to tap out, then fair enough. But I think, yeah, I want to carry on discovering because again, when Dragon Con was just a proper breath of fresh air, and the people are really goddamn nice over there. It's proper. I think I've said this before, and I won't shut up about Dragon Con. I think every episode of the podcast I'm going to mention Dragon Con, but yeah, people.
It used to be quite a con.
No, it is. I mean, again, not everybody had positive experience. Some people say, nah, it wasn't all that. But to me, it was like, wow, this is proper godlike. And, everybody is just so positive and, coming, and as you were saying, Terry, because of the politics and drama, you kind of forget, no, there are nice people out there. And, yeah, again, if it's not for you, then fair enough. But I think, again, one convention a year, there's no shame in that because, that's, before I got into cosplay, because I still used to go to conventions, but I didn't actually cosplay. I only really did one convention a year. I went to an Iacon and I alternated to an Amicon when they alternated like that. So it might just end up, I will only end up going to one con a year and probably a board, and that'll be a good thing. And quantity over quality. I'll make one kick-ass costume, and I'm having more fun making the costumes and practicing being a monkey. Then yeah, that's part of the hobby. Cool. But anyway, we've got to get back to actually talking about bloody older cosplayers. Yep, if you're new to this show, we do love our tangents, and that's why right at the bottom there's a topic bar, which I probably should have mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, but I think everyone who got eyeballs will notice that it's randomly changing. But I think we already mentioned this, but I just want to go over it again. Is there really ageism again? I mean, I've never encountered that, but I think it might stem from the fact that I have only recently actually revealed to people I'm actually 36. A lot of people have this bizarre assumption I'm in my mid-20s or something like that. No, I am 36. That's why I got bloody injured trying to act like a monkey. I'm trying to act like I'm in my mid-20s, but my body's saying, no, you are not doing this. Your body is not ready.
You're getting old.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, if Donnie Yen is like 50 bloody years old, if he is still rocking, then I can bloody do it. There is still hope, and he's a badass.
Well, we've seen Ming-Na in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, I would love to be as agile and mobile and badass like her, but I'm 50 plus. Jeez.
Oh, yep.
It's incredible.
I guess she's got that.
Also, if you think about it, like, if you were going to cosplay as an older character and you're older, then you're more likely to look like that person. So if you're in your 60s and you want to cosplay Carrie Fisher, you're more likely to look like Carrie Fisher. So sometimes being older actually can work in benefit for your costume.
Yeah, I mean, there was at FedCon 2 years ago, we went quickly, and there was an older woman. She must have been at least in her 60s. She had gray hair all over. She was actually cosplaying Queen Victoria. But she looked exactly like her. She had her, and, just rock it. And she was walking around in her self-made costume, and she looked absolutely amazing. But yeah, that's choosing a character that fits her. And there's this guy that I'm seeing a lot at that's conventions, Edward. He's Gandalf. He's
sweet.
He is Gandalf.
Hell yeah!
He just looks like him. He's just amazing. But yeah, that's his cosplay. That's playing his age to his advantage. And he's a pretty cool guy. And so I mean, I guess we could be. Like, something I hear a lot about the young cosplayers that I meet, I mean, because they're all way younger than me. I can be their mom. But they keep on saying, at your age, I want to be like you, and still cosplaying. And I guess we have a bit of a role of, I don't want to say role model, but,
that sounds
we're
cool.
there and showing them that, in 20 years, you can still be cosplaying and look fabulous. It's like you can still do it.
So old, man. So old.
Yeah, I know.
You're actually okay.
But
Life doesn't stop at 20. It's okay.
I know, but when you're 20, when you think 20 years ahead, when I'm going to be 40, oh God, I'll be so old. But yeah, when you're 40, you go like, what? I'm still 20 in my head. What the hell? So, but yeah, it's a bit of our role as a role model, I guess. And it was interesting because I hosted a panel with a friend who's close to 30 as well, in a Dutch Super Minicon, and it was cosplaying when you're older than 30 years old. You know, how do you combine your family life?
Oh, that's a good one.
And your work with this hobby. And I think, Terry, you made good examples.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Making costumes for the shows. That costs money, that costs time. You're not as mobile anymore attending cons. I mean, the plus side, though, and like you have a salary, so compared to a poor student who just has like a tiny little bit of money and can't afford the more expensive materials or attending that many events as well. I mean, okay, we're lucky we don't have any children, so we can pretty much go wherever we want. But it can be an advantage. So it was nice to talk about it with people who actually, the people in the panel who were there to talk with us to assist our discussion. They were not cosplaying. They didn't dare. But with seeing what we were doing and showing them that, you know, you can do it. You can still look great. You can still have fun, and you can still enjoy this hobby, whatever age you are. Actually, I know that I saw one later on at the convention. She finally put on a costume and she went on. So, I mean, it's always a good thing to have positively influenced people. So, we have an important role in this community, people.
Damn, oh, that sounds cool. Actually, that's a good point. So, Terry, is there a bit of a struggle having a family and being a cosplayer? That's, I mean, it's not necessarily on the topic, but yeah, now that Maria brings it up.
It is. It's still a cosplayer.
The issue would be, for me personally, is finding that relaxation time. I work full time, and my children every weekend from Friday night to Sunday night. I go see them every Wednesday, so that leaves me Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday that I've got free without any interruption after work. And building 4 costumes in the last 4 months.
Ow.
Has literally been squeezed in. During the week when I'm on my own, I tend to work on my own costume. But as Danny knows, at the weekends, it's like, kids, try this up, kids, try this up. And literally, it's like every 5 minutes, I'm to adjust it, right, try it on again. Because when I'm making for myself, I could just try it on as I was going. Right, that doesn't fit, tinker. With them, I have to keep getting them here, right, try it on. You know, I'm working on my daughter's lower half now. So at the moment, I'm just pinning it all in place.
Cameras are working, that's nice, yes.
Tacking it on with hot glue. And then literally I'm going to get her to try it on tomorrow. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it fits. Because I swear, it's driving me insane. I'm on the last armour now, and it's I think that's why I feel so disheartened, you know. I don't feel like I want to do it anymore. Which, to be honest, this is the same with every costume I make. I hit this wall, I've just not wants to carry on. And I imagine everyone else is the same. You hit this wall and you think, I'm too old for this shit. I just don't want to do it anymore. I want to go to the pub and have a pint like a normal person.
I don't know if I got there yet. It's more, I don't want to build because again, it's a case of this hobby seems to be like onion of discovering new things I didn't like. It's the case of I still want to cosplay, but I don't necessarily want to make the damn costume. I think, for 2018, I might commission somebody to make me my monkey outfit so I could work full-time on my act, because that inherently is more interesting now than the actual making. So I don't know.
That's something else as well. If you're going to do performance, you've got to try and squeeze that time in as well. I mean, maybe my kids are going to do a masquerade. So that's going to be a nightmare, because trying to control 3 kids. Luckily, my eldest, she's 9 years old, and she's just a natural born actress. She just memorises it after a few tries. And I said, no, like we need to practice. She's like, I know it. Yeah, I know you know it, but these 2 don't know it. We need you for prompting and that. My youngest, he's only 6 years old, and he's got the attention span of a gnat. And that. That really adds to the stress and more time. So really a combination of family life, work life, building, and then anything else that you want to squeeze in. it just feels like you've got enough time for anything else.
But could you not also throw it back on its head that when they're talking about people being too old to cosplay, when are you too young? Is there a too young if there is a too old?
That's a good point.
Because if you're being told you're, at 40, you're already past it, tough, I don't want to deal with you, surely then you could also say, well, actually, if you're under the age where you can walk, talk and crawl and have a conversation with me, you're also too young. So you can flip on the other side. So by that whole definition and argument, there is no one too young or too old if everyone's looking at it from that way. Because there's that guy, I think I showed Danny a link, there's Attack on Titan, he must be in his 70s or 80s easily.
He rocks
it. He's a Japanese guy.
Yeah, he rocks it. Which is
you tell him he's too old?
Well, that's ironic because I was about to mention, oddly enough, Western. Yeah, I don't know why ageism would be a problem in Western conventions, because apparently, as far as I'm aware, because obviously we're using the term cosplayer. It was literally that term came from Japan. That Japanese conventions are far more conservative in that, they are catered towards more younger people, and apparently they do indeed give it up and become responsible members of society, because a lot of cosplayers and indeed comic creators, whenever they go to Western conventions, they're proper surprised. Yeah, when we went to America, we were proper surprised that not only did we have fans, but they brought their children as well, because apparently they don't see that in Japan. So that older cosplayer, I mean, he definitely, I don't know, because again, I might have to do more deeper diving. He may just definitely be an exception to the rule, because from what I've heard, a lot of the conventions in Japan and all that, they're definitely much more younger. Whereas again, I hate to keep ragging on about Dragon Con, but I had people in mobility scooters, a lot of them, and they just obviously modified their mobility scooters, and it was a cosplay.
Have you seen? Is it Arachnoid 3? Ronald, who does the
Oh, yep, I met him. Yes.
Guy, and he's done Gears of War, and he shows you that you can't be too old, you can't be too disabled, you can't be anything. The guy is an inspiration.
Damn straight.
For people to just go, actually, you know what? It's a hobby, but it can also be a really, really positive hobby, and he's one of those people to me.
And I saw that outfit of his up close. Yeah, that's a lot of bloody work, and it's like I would struggle, and I've got two legs. I mean, one of my hips is just slightly torn, but at the end of the day, he hasn't got the use of his fucking legs. Whereas that's what I'm moaning about. So it's like that is more inspirational. And again, I've seen that outfit up close. It's like, that's a lot of work for an able-bodied person. Never mind a person with limited mobility. So yes. Very, very inspirational.
Well, he does say handy capable, and I think he's proven that, if it's the hobby that you really enjoy, he's dedicated, he's got a family, he's got everything else that's going on, and age hasn't stopped him from going off and doing that. So I think, it's people's perspective, and maybe it's not about whether you are or not, it's actually your perspective on it.
Okay. Yeah, to finish up, because this is on my topic, and we discussed this already, and we briefly already talked about it. Is cosplay just really a young man's game? Because it's just a case of because of course you run Cosplay Without Bias because you did it as a response to, I dare say it. Well, if you were to leave it to all the cosplay music videos and some of the certain sites that specialize, again I won't name them, but one of them, it does appear to be a pretty much an old. Yeah, if you were to leave it to just what you see, you just see young teens, lots of pretty women and all that, and I remember a lot of people were private messaging me when I was doing the bullying episode, saying how their whole group was like filmed, but they got edited out.
Yeah,
I've heard that a few times. That's kind of how we ended up starting. To be honest, we were like, the amount of people that walk around that just because they're not fitting a demographic of certain field or even certain genre, they were being ignored, and you've got quality costumes.
Yes.
Quality people, even if you don't care about the costume, lovely people who should be captured for everything they do, not just because one photographer likes them and then suddenly 50 come around and join. It was about everyone that we saw, not just one or two people. And that's what I thought was, actually that's what dragged me into the scene, I guess, seeing so many people doing so many different things. And how clever people are with the simplest of things, what they use to make the costumes.
Okay.
That kind of thing was more entertaining than how old the person was that was wearing it, I guess.
think we didn't actually. I think I didn't actually put this in the topic, but again, because again, dare I say, I probably led a sheltered life, and the fact that I didn't really reveal how old I was. Has anyone actually generally encountered any ageism whatsoever? Because I don't think I ever have. I've been involved in a lot of silly drama, and admittedly, some of it might have been my own fault and whatever. But for the most part, no one has ever had a go at me for being old, ever.
No, me neither.
I've never been asked my age at a convention.
Yeah, you have it.
Generally, it's the main questions is how much did that cost? How long did that take? Where did you get that from? It's never how old are you? I've never got that.
Yeah.
This off the top of my head, I don't think I have.
No, me neither. It just comes sometimes as a, it just comes on the topic. Because we're talking about something and I'm like, oh my god, that was like, oh yeah, or I'm saying something, so, oh yeah, that was way before I was born. Like, yeah, I know, I could be your mother, I think. So, then comes on the, like, I was a judge a couple of weeks ago and I was giving away a set of DVDs from Battle of the Planets.
Oh, classic, yes.
Which I absolutely loved, and I was nerding out like a crazy kid, going like, oh my god, I loved this when I was 5. Yeah, in 1980. So, and when I gave it to...
I was born in 1980, sorry.
Yeah, no, but I was giving it to the one who won that as a prize, and I was like, I hope you enjoyed them. She was like, I don't know, 20 perhaps as well. And I was like, yeah, you probably never watched this, but I have. Can I have the DVDs instead, please? It's like, yeah, that's when your age shows a bit, on older topics like that.
Sweet. And yeah, I think we're okay. I think we pretty much covered the whole topic. So yep, go older cosplayers, and obviously the earlier news section. Yep, cover up. Yeah, by all means, express. Love your characters, but obviously try and keep your naughty bits in check.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the end of this rather short but sweet show. So yeah, all that's left to do is to say, thank you and well done to my guests. So thanks, Ria.
Thank you.
And before we go, where can we find everybody? So Ria, you got That Gears Girls, and you run Cosplay Without Bias, I believe.
Yeah, so That Gears Girl is my personal random page of stupid things like concerts I've been to. I've just uploaded Rag and Bone Man, and little things like that, alongside costumes. But Cosplay Without Bias is the one where people get to submit their costumes, and I get to showcase and embrace their costumes and celebrate how awesome they are.
Sweet. And where can we find you, Terry? Terric Daedric Cosplay, right?
That's right, yeah. And I'm across all social media.
Sweet.
Yes, I'm vain.
I can just barely cope with Facebook. And Marie, Elises Closet, right?
Yeah, Elises Closet on Facebook, and the handle Elises Costumes pretty much everywhere actually. So you can find me on social media.
Excellent. And that's the end of this rather short and sweet episode. So I hope we got our point across. Yep, comic decency, and whoa, I hear an echo. God damn it. Everything's falling apart at the last minute. Damn it.
It's time to go.
Yep. Adios, people. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Danny.